Alrighty, everybody. Had to change the thermostat in the old Malibu. I would have showed everything from taking everything off and everything, but didn't have enough hands to hold 2 lights and work on it too. So that's the throttle body. Just give you a good little update here. It's not that bad. I mean, it's pretty simple to get to. You just got to know how to wiggle your hands down in there to get to that bolt right there. That one's easy, but that one, yeah, it's not fun. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not fun either. I'll just pause it and show you whenever I take the housing off. Okay, well, if you're like me and you can't get that tube off the thermostat neck, you just twist it out of the way, and this does twist. This little bit, this little fitting right there, does twist. There's the thermostat. The housing don't come with no gaskets or nothing, but the thermostat has a rubber bushing on it. It looks like you just push it in and let it sit. This one right here, I don't know if it's factory or not, but it's staying halfway open. I'm just getting warm air and not hot. When I take it out, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you a closer look. Okay, well, there's the thermostat, and there's the gasket. Whenever I took it off, it all sort of like crumbled in my hand. You can see it's not in the best shape. So I'm gonna replace it. The OEM replacement is $195. You can get one that opens up a whole lot cooler, which is a 180, and that's the lowest they go. Or you can special order one to go to 210. But I went with the OEM thermostat for this car. I'm gonna put the new one in, and I'll show you a little bit what it looks like right down in there. I can wiggle my phone down in there. There you go. There's what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna put the other one in and be right back. Alright, so the new one's in. I'm gonna have to stick my flashlight in my mouth to show you how it does. It just pushes in, and it just sits there till you put the housing back on it. But I'll show you. That's all she does. Then you just put the housing back on it. I'll put that on there and then I'll be right back. Alrighty. So finally got it back on. What you're going to need for those bolts is a 1/2 inch boxed in wrench. Now I used a double end boxed in with a 9/16 and a 1/2 of 1 end. It's I think it's a 6 or 8 inch wrench. You can, sometimes it might not be the gasket. Mine right here, well, wherever it went, the gasket on the thermostat was all cracked. And I don't know if that was a reason why it was not warming, blowing past the gasket or something, but could have been. Now you can have an option of buying just the gasket, or you can buy the whole thermostat. I went ahead and bought the whole thermostat. It wasn't but $8, so I went ahead and got it. So yeah, I think the gasket's like $3. The gasket and the thermostat was $8, so I was like, well, I'll spend $5 more and just go ahead and get the whole thermostat. And so yeah. Now the throttle body's got to get put back on. Oh, an easy way to get to this bottom throttle body stud, right? It's a stud down here, this bottom hole on the plate. There's a tab right here. It's got 2 fingers on it. And it goes all the way to the reservoir. And it goes all the way back to the heater core. I just bent it down so I didn't have to take that whole bar off. And you can bend it back. It's pretty easy just to bend it and then put it back. Then you got a nipple here and a nipple there, and the hose goes around the throttle body through the housing. I don't know if it's through the housing, but one half of it goes through it and comes out the other end, and goes through this side and comes out on the other side, but it has to go through this one to get to that one to get back to the heater core. It's a pretty poor design if you ask me on these Chevrolets, but they're good motors. This one's at 150,000 and still going strong, not smoking, not sputtering. It's got a slight skip in it, but I can live with it. It don't affect nothing, so I mean, you know, these little 3.1 SFIs are they're pretty good if you ask me. So I'm gonna put the throttle body back on and I'll be back. Alrighty, well, everything's back on. I already put antifreeze in it, see if it'll leak. But I probably won't know that until I start it up. But yeah, just leave your comments below.